Hello folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here today in our Homer City location here in Pennsylvania, as I'm always coming from this location. Today I've got a spectacular car here to go over with you, and this is a 1981 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Again, this car is fantastic all the way around here. I'm going to go through it here all the way around. We'll even open the hood up too, go over the engine. But this thing is, it's incredible the way it looks here and the way we have it here presented. So again, done here in the orange exterior, very nice paint all the way around on this car. All of your panel fitment, your hoods, your ground effects, doors and so forth, all of the panel fitment, the alignment, gaps, elevations. As we walk around, you can take notice of all that stuff. It's really in great condition. You can also look at all of the photos too, and you'll be able to zoom in and do all those kinds of things and see how well everything does fit and is finished on this car. Now you can see our Camaro here. It does have the like the Z28 decals on it, the tri-colored decals. You'll see those all the way along the bottom of the car here. Looks very, very nice on this particular vehicle. Of course, we have the hood here. It's the air induction hood. And then of course you see with all your Camaro, like your Z28 models and so forth, you're going to have the fender vents on them. It just dresses things up so nice and makes these cars look so sporty. Also, as you can see, our wheels and tires here, 15-inch. These would be like your stock rally style wheel here, steel wheel, paint matched to the car, as you can tell, with the trim rings here and the center caps all the way around. And of course, those are the Z28 center caps. Now for rubber on this car, BFGoodrich Radial TA tires all the way around, 225/60 R15s on the front, 255/60 R15s out on the back. As we work our way back on the car here, we'll get to our door area here. First and foremost, your glass, you can tell it's slightly tinted here. Again, condition of the glass is in great shape here. No chips, cracks, scratches here to speak of on the glass. You do have the, I want to look across here, dual mirrors. These are obviously the bullet style paint matched mirrors here. The glass in the mirrors is in great shape. If you go up around the edges here of your roof here and so forth, everything is nice and smooth here. And again, they've elected to go without the bright work, the trim work around there. So again, everything is nice and super smooth on this particular car. A very nice clean look for the car also. All of your, you know, your rubbers here at the bottom of the door handles, the inserts here, the centers of them, paint matched also to the car just to make sure that everything looks like it all goes together. And again, you can see your gaps and your elevations, all your body lines, all nicely lined up on this particular car. Let's open our door up, take a look at the interior from the driver's side. You can see it's the all black interior. We've got the front bucket seats. Upholstery is all vinyl upholstery. Seat belts. When you look at the dash area, the dash is in great shape. All of the gauges, those would be like your factory style gauges. Includes everything like your speedometer, your tach. Although there is an aftermarket tach mounted right on the steering column. And then down below the center of the dash there, we do have 3 aftermarket gauges, and those are going to be your water temperature, voltmeter, and oil pressure. You can also see it does have a Hurst 4-speed shifter, and yes, it does have a 4-speed transmission. It's going to be a Borg 4-speed manual. Now again, you can see our condition of our door panels here in great shape. All of your trim work, the bright work on these door panels is in great condition. Even your armrest, there's no splits or cracks. You can't even tell that they were worn really on this car, just in great condition. All of your weather stripping and your seals around your doors and up around your glass here, all in great shape. There's no rips, tears, there's no chunks missing out of anything. Just looks fantastic. We'll close this up. Again, the door shuts nice and easy. As I mentioned, again, you do have all your ground effects. You got the front chin spoiler or the lower valance there. All of your ground effects that come off of like your front fenders, your quarter panels. Again, all that stuff, fitment is in great shape. Paintwork too is in great condition on these cars. We'll come around the back. You do see it does have the rear trunk spoiler. All of your trunk fitment, gaps and alignment, all in great shape. The rear window here, you can see again, slightly tinted. All of your trim work is done in the black around the window, looks good. And again, it does have the rear window defroster here too, so that if you got those cold mornings and it's iced over a little bit, you can flip that on. It'll clear things right up for you. As far as the rear of the car here, again, your tail light assembly here, your lenses and so forth, all in great shape, no cracks or chips in any of that. You can see that tri-colored striping follows it all the way around on the car. It continues that theme. Even in your Z28 badging here, same thing. Rear bumper, again, the bumpers on these cars weren't metal, they were just the plastic bumpers. And again, those are all paint matched as well. I'm gonna flip the door open here. I need to grab the key for the trunk, but we're gonna go inside there next. Just bear with me for just a second. And we're gonna open this trunk up. We're gonna show you how nice this thing is inside the trunk as well. So the key goes in, it does work the trunk lock. Trunk goes up, stays up on its own. The underside of the trunk painted that same orange as the rest of the exterior of the car. Looks great. You can see all of our rain gutters and the water channels in here, all nice and solid all the way around. Looks great. Even your weather stripping here for your trunk, all in great shape. It looks practically new, meets right together here in the center. If we look inside the trunk, nice trunk carpeting in here too. The metal underneath the trunk is in great shape, and you can also see it still retains that original Space Saver spare tire in there too for you. And that's pretty much it for the interior of the trunk. Again, you do have the little rubber bump stops up here that help cushion it whenever it goes down. It fits nice and snug. So we'll close that door up, close this up. Again, that shuts nice and easy. And then we'll work our way around to the passenger side. Again, down the side of the car, nice and straight all the way down. We've already gone over wheels and tires. You can see the condition of all your molding now, all the way around on the windows. Same thing here on the passenger side here, door. The glass fitment, again, without that trim work along the edge of the roof there, you can just see how nice and smooth everything is there. The body work, the paint, all of that stuff looks great. Let's open this door up. That way we get a complete look of the interior of the car now, this time from the passenger side of the car. So again, that dash itself is in good shape there. Again, it does have one little crack right in the center just to, you know, again, it's all probably all original stuff here. So that's good as far as the wear. You can see the upholstery on the seats. No rips or tears there. The carpeting is in great condition on this car. No rips, tears, or fading there whatsoever. As I mentioned before, it does have all of the seat belts present, both front and rear. And again, all of your seals, like I mentioned on the other side, your seals up around where your glass fits up against, and all of your weather stripping here on your door, including the rubber bump stops, all present and all in great shape. Door panels, same thing over here. The threshold plates, you can see how nice those are and how well this car would have been taken care of. We'll close this up and we'll head our way around to the front of the vehicle. Again, really nothing too much to speak of. Again, all of our, you know, side marker lights and so forth, those are all in great shape. The bezels paint matched to the car, the lenses, no chips or cracks. And as I mentioned, all those ground effects, including your front chin spoiler, all in great shape. As we come around to the front of the vehicle, now we'll get a better picture of that front fascia here and the hood fitment, as well as the air induction scoop on the hood. Again, decals are in great shape. Your windshield here, again, Same thing as kind of the rear window. It's got the molding around it done in black. It looks good. Your windshield itself, no chips or cracks in that windshield, in great condition. Windshield wipers, they are concealed. They kind of go down and they're hidden underneath that hood. The hood fitment itself looks to be good here on the car. Gaps nice and even all the way around on that hood. As far as your front end goes, again, plastic bumpers and so forth, so this is going to be all paint matched. Your Z28 tri-colored emblems to match everything else on the car. The grille has been paint matched to the car as well. And then you can see the headlight and the parking light bezels and the assemblies here are all in really nice shape. Again, black here to kind of set things off. No chips or cracks in any of your lenses for your headlights or your marker lights or your parking lights. Everything just looks to be in great shape on this car. What we're going to do now is open this hood up. Now I'm going to give it a shot here by myself. I do want to just kind of forewarn you though, you got to have some long arms because you got to really reach underneath there to find the hood latch actually for the car. And then while you're doing that and holding that, you got to be able to reach up to pull up on this just a little bit. So we'll give it a shot here, see if I'm able to get it on my own. Oh yeah, we were able to get it. It is a reach though for somebody with short arms like myself. But anyways, we've got the hood open now. Everything works, the hood latch, that all functions as it should. Underneath here now, you can see again, black inner fenders, black engine compartment, all looks good. The underside of this hood here, again, it's all metal and you see all your bracing all intact there, looks really good. Of course, you have a stock style air cleaner here. Your seals for that air induction hood are in great shape. Air cleaner looks to be in good shape. Now, as far as this sticker goes on your air cleaner, this is in fact what is in this car. It's a 383 stroker motor. But as you can also see, when they did this car, they painted everything up. They didn't want to go over the top with it. They wanted it to look like a traditional 350 like you would have seen in this car. But it is a 383 stroker. So you can see it's got the stock style intake on it, all painted with the valve covers in the block, that GM blue there. It's got the stock 4-barrel carburetor on it. It does have a set of long tube headers on it that have been heat wrapped. That's going to help, you know, keep the heat away from all the things that it shouldn't be in contact with. You do have power brakes. They are disc up front, drum on the back. It does have power steering, stock style radiator, also stock style distributor and ignition system as well. It does have a 7-blade clutch fan in it. Again, that's what you would have seen a lot on these cars here, the clutch blades or the clutch fan blade. And again, those things, they cool very efficiently on the vehicle. So again, 383 stroker, done up kind of traditional to make it look like a 350. As I mentioned in the interior section of the car there, it does have that Borg Warner 4-speed manual transmission. And then to finish out that drive line, which again, we're going to see that when we go through the underside video, but it does have a GM 10-bolt POSI rear with a 373 gear. It is the big 10 ring gear, which is the 8.5-inch ring gear. So it does have the stronger ring and pinion in it there also. So that's pretty much it for our walk around of the exterior of the car. Keep in mind, as with this car and any other car that we have here, if there's any kind of components or accessories or anything at all that you can think of that maybe this car or a different one that you might be looking at from us that it doesn't have that you would like to have added, go ahead and reach out to us. You know, give us a phone call, shoot us an email, send us a text message through the website even. Let us know what that is. We'll be more than happy to go ahead and get you a quote on adding anything to the car. As long as we have the ability to do it, we'll get you that quote and let you know what it would cost to have that done. Also, with all of our cars, as with most of them, unless otherwise presented on the website as such, they are going to, with that retail price, they're going to include enclosed shipping anywhere within the 48 contiguous states, as well as they're going to include a 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty. We're the only dealership in the country that offers that. So again, if you have any questions at all, any concerns, give us a call. Just get in contact with us some way. We'll be more than glad to help you out. With that said, let's go ahead. We'll close this all up. We're going to get it back on our lift and go through the complete underside there with you as well. All right, folks, so here we are once again up on our lift here with our 81 Camaro Z28 so that we can go through the complete underside, let you know exactly what we have here as far as running gear, brakes, steering, all the powertrain in the car, and then also to kind of discuss the overall condition of the frame, the floors, and all of that stuff. So as we always do, we'll start here at the front of the vehicle and we're going to go over this stuff. So of course, being the Camaro Z28 version here, we do have the front chin spoiler with all the ground effects on the car, and all of that is in good shape underneath here. It doesn't look like it's ever been hit on anything. It's all good, all solid. There's no cracks or anything in any of the front fascia or anything like that. A little bit further back, obviously, we can see underneath here our radiator. It is just your stock appearing radiator. Suspension then, as we come back a little further, it does look like it does have pretty much all of the stock style suspension on it. So you've got your OE control arms, both lowers and uppers on both sides, obviously. It does look like it's got a heavy duty front sway bar on it, which would be par for the course on a Z28. These would be more of your performance model Camaro, obviously. So you're going to have a little bit of a suspension upgrade on it, so it helps it with handling. As far as braking, let's go there. Braking, this car is power brakes. It does have disc brakes on the front, drum brakes out on the rear, complete with the emergency brake, all hooked up and functional. All of your ball joints, tie rod ends, and so forth, those are all in great shape. They've all been checked out on the car. Everything looks like it's all been greased and maintained very well throughout time. Everything just all good and tight underneath here, underneath this front end. As I mentioned, it is a disc brake car. Nothing, too elaborate there. It's just GM components. So you'll be able to go to any local auto parts store and pick up components, your brake pads and so forth like that for whenever you're maintaining things of that nature. And then wheels and tires. This car has a very nice set of wheels on it. Although it is just the stock original stuff. It is the rally style wheel. They are paint matched to the car, so it's a very nice look for it. It does have the trim rings on it along with the center caps, and then BFGoodrich radial TA rubber all the way around on it. 225/60 R15s on the front, and then on the back we do have 255/60 R15s back there, just to give the car a little bit of rake. Now as we come back now, we'll talk about the drive line in this car a little bit. So underneath here, underneath the engine, this is a 383 stroker motor. It's done up very, very nicely, very tastefully. They kept it kind of stock appearing. So upon first glance, it would appear as though it's just a 350 cubic inch small block Chevy, but it is a 373 stroker. The oil pan sealed up very nice on this car. There's no leaks or drips anywhere at the seals and down at the drain plug, all in good condition. Behind that, we have a Borg 4-speed manual transmission, all of which is in good shape. I see no leaks or anything from any kind of trans fluid. The output shaft seal on the back of the transmission where your slip yoke fits into, that is nice and dry. Also, no leaks or drips back there. Of course, your transmission cross member here, that is in good shape along with that transmission mount itself. You also can see while we're up here, hanging down here, you do have a set of long tube exhaust headers. Now these headers have been heat wrapped. It does have its purpose. It keeps the heat inside the exhaust, keeps it away from everything else. So that's all good. Complete dual exhaust all the way back. Looks to have a set of probably something like a turbo style muffler on it. And then as we get back a little further, it ends with a set of exhaust tailpipes that exit out right between those leaf springs and the rear quarters. Now as far as the frame and the floors as we're looking at it underneath here, the subframe up front looks to be in great shape. Nice and square, good and straight. Never looks like it's ever been banged up on anything. The body mounts here, I've looked at those, the bolts and the bushings there. Nothing has been excessively squeezed or anything like that or tightened. Everything looks to be in great shape. Floors look tremendous underneath here. There's no, I don't see any patching per se underneath here. Everything looks good and solid. You can see the cables from your emergency brake here, all running back, all the correct hooks, cables, frame hooks and so forth, everything going all the way back to those drum brakes. Like I said, that e-brake is functional. Now we come back here to the center, your drive shaft. It is balanced. It's weighted so that it eliminates a lot of the vibration in your drive line whenever you're driving. So that makes everything super nice for a car like this. All of your brake lines, all of your fuel lines, all routed right along the pinch welds of the car here. Very nice and neat all the way back. Those look good. Your pinch welds and your rockers on both sides all look to be in very good shape. All nice and solid. Pinch welds are all very nice and straight all the way back. As we come back underneath our rear end here to finish out our drive line, this is a GM 10-bolt rear. It does have the big 8.5-inch ring gear in it, 373 gear, and that is a POSI unit inside there. Even your pinion seal here at the front of the rear end, that is nice and dry. Cover on the back, super dry too, so no leaks or drips anywhere. All of your brake lines you can see routed up over that rear end. The suspension for the rear end of the car here, we do have multi-leaf rear suspension, and we have a set of air shocks on the back. Now air shocks, sometimes those can be very, very handy for you. It's a nice little addition to where you can just hook up an air hose to it. You can raise or lower the ride height on the back end to give it the stance maybe that you're looking for, the stance in the ride. So they make it real easy with those. As I had mentioned, those tailpipes out here between the leaf spring and the quarter panels on either side. The fuel tank itself, excellent condition there. I mean, you can see fuel tank looks practically new in here. All of your mounting straps and hardware are in great shape. There's no dents or dings in that fuel tank whatsoever. And what we can see from down here as far as the trunk floor itself, that all looks to be in great shape. Like I said, we do have the BFGoodrich radial TAs back here also, just in that 255/60 R15 size. And that's essentially it on the underside of our Camaro Z28. So what we'll do now, we've already been around the outside of the car now to give you a good picture of that. We've been underneath it, so now we'll go ahead and lower this on the lift now, get it down. We'll raise the hood up on it. We're going to fire that stroker motor up. That way you get to hear what that engine and this exhaust system all sound like.